children and successfully. And we are bringing you live into my kitchen today. We cannot be at our community teaching kitchen, which is in downtown Atlanta, which opened up last March. And so now we're bringing you into my kitchen. So we have today Caleb and Jazz's mom joining us on Zoom. And we are doing a digital cooking class. This is our new way to get the kids and families in the kitchen. We're going to teach them how to make a dish, quick and easy, a local favorite for Cinco de Mayo, and we're going to have fun. So we're going to make Southwestern egg rolls with a Greek yogurt, avocado, ranch sauce, which is a healthier version that you can pick from your local restaurant. And we're going to show you how to make it, and it's less than $15 for this dish. So our goal is every time we have our Cooking with Choices program is to make a meal that a family can repeat easily with local ingredients that's for $15. So that's what we're asking all of our friends and family members and our Choices sponsors is to donate $15 that will feed a family of 4 when we do our digital cooking classes where they can get a gift card, and we send out the list of ingredients for that pantry talk and that pantry class that we're going to do, and they can go buy the items they need for that class and cook with us just like we're doing today with Jazz and Caleb on Zoom. So come join us in our kitchen. So first thing we're going to do is turn our stove on, and we're going to put it on medium, and I'm going to put at least a half a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm measuring with a handy little teaspoon, so it's about halfway up, just enough so we can start sauteing our vegetables so that you can get some of the water cooked out of our vegetables. If you do not have or do not like some of these vegetables, it is all right. You can choose whatever type of vegetables you have. So we have some corn we're going to do. We have some bell peppers. And I always start my dish with my bell peppers and my onion. We're going to dump it in here and we're going to saute. And saute means you're going to want it to jump off the pan. So we want it to jump when we're cooking. We're going to add some onions, some diced onions. And you might be able to hear that sizzle coming. We're going to add some black beans. And these are canned black beans. And you want to make sure you're using low sodium black beans. If you do not have those in your pantry or do not have them at the store, you can just take a regular can of black beans and rinse them off, strain them and rinse them off. So these have been strained and rinsed. Y'all hear that noise behind me? And then the recipe says we have fresh chopped spinach, frozen chopped spinach, but I had in my pantry some regular spinach, so I'm going to put that in. So Caleb, what is your favorite vegetable while this is cooking? Broccoli? Okay, you can add this to the recipe. You can add broccoli to the recipe. This morning, when we were on Giving Tuesday, we put broccoli in our vegetable frittata. I'm going to take, can y'all tell me what this is? Jazz, you know what this is? Cilantro! So we're going to dice some of this up for our egg rolls. Just enough to awaken it, bring it up alive. I'm going to toss that in with our vegetables. And then I'm going to add a little bit of green onion. And with green onions, did you know you can regrow those, Jazz, in your garden? You take the stems and you cut off about 1 inch and leave about 1 inch with the root, and you can regrow your green onions in your garden or a planter. And you don't have to keep buying them over and over and over again. They can regrow. So we have that. We're going to give it a toss. I'm going to stir it around. All our veggies are in here. And as you can see, I'm going to bring it so you can see. These are our bell peppers and our onion, our corn, and our black beans, sauteing in a little olive oil. And we're going to let these cook down for a minute. And one thing we like to talk about in our class is go slow and whoa. Do y'all know what whoa means? What does whoa mean, Jazz? Caleb, do you know what the whoa means?
It means it's an unhealthy food.
So when we use taco seasoning, we want to make sure we can make our own. So what I have here is granulated onion. Can y'all see that? Black pepper, oregano. I have some kosher salt, a little cumin, granulated powder, granulated garlic powder, a little chili, and a little cumin, and this is a little thyme and rosemary I had left over. So I'm just going to add those to it. I'm going to add a little bit at a time. So you want to season as you go. So every time you add something new, you want to re-season it, except for the salt. You want to salt just about one time because you don't want to over-salt your dish. So I'm going to salt now, and I probably won't add much more unless I taste it and see it needs some more.
We got our first question.
Okay, what is our first question?
First question is, do the kids usually cook along with you from their kitchens?
Yes, this is something new we're doing. We used to meet on site, and we'd have 12 to 20 families cooking together in our kitchen. But due to COVID-19, we had to close our kitchen. So this is a new way for our families to cook along with us via digital Zoom classes. So our goal is to get enough, we're trying to raise $1,000 today so we can provide food for these families to buy their groceries and cook along with me. So yes, this is our first time cooking outside of our kitchen, normally where we meet together and have a class. Our classes are about 2.5 hours in length, where we go from knife safety, how to wash our hands, to how to cut up different vegetables. And then our classes are about 3 weeks in length at one time. And then the families have a nutrition segment after they come out the kitchen with a dietitian or nutritionist, and where we go over topics of drinking water, go slow, whoa, which is a go is like a green light, yellow is slow, like every 2 or 3 times, and whoa is like forever. So we use a lot of nice new nutrition tools that these families can use. We use an app called C.H.O.I.C.E.S, where families can scan their food items and they can learn how to rate their food on go slow or A through F grading scale. Any other questions? All right. Okay, awesome. So we're going to saute our vegetables. Cook them down. You want to get most of the water out. So as you see, our spinach has shrunk and disappeared. So I'm going to bring it back over to y'all. If y'all had smell-o-vision, you would love the way this smells right now. So I made my own taco seasoning, which controls how much sodium you use in your food. You don't want to use too much salt, especially with hypertension and diabetes. You want to control the amount of salt you have. So I'm going to now add my grilled chicken breast that I have shredded. So I'm going to let y'all see that. This is 2 chicken breasts I shredded up. I have 1 left in this bowl. If I cook 2, I'm going to add my chicken in so it can warm up and marry along with all those spices that are already on the vegetables. And I'm just breaking it up with my hands. If you don't want to use your hands in the kitchen, you should love to use your hands. Hands are great tools. I cooked this chicken. Yes.
We do have another question.
Another question. Let's go.
What age range of kids are in your cooking classes?
We have what age range? We go from 6 all the way to grown. We have parents and grandparents, aunties and uncles. We have kids of all ages that come and learn how to cook. And our classes are free. So, Caleb, how old are you?
12 years old.
12 years old. And Jazz, how old are you?
11 years old.
11? Okay. So, we have a variety of classes. And these families come, so it's not just mom and dad dropping the kids off. The parents stay with them for the class. And so, basically, it's time, like dinner time without TV, without a cell phone, and you're all learning together how to cook in the kitchen together so you can do it at home. So we give you a safe space for mom and dad to not stress about, okay, what if the kid has an accident? What if the kid cuts himself? We give them a safe space to learn how to cook at home. So the kids use knives, the kids use skillets, they learn how to use a spoon, they learn how to wash their hands, they learn how to, the proper way to sanitize, proper way to clean up, all that in one. It also works with STEAM, the science, the math, the education, the literature, all that comes into cooking. So it's bringing the whole family together. It's another way to educate their family and their kids and create awesome science experiments. All right, so we're almost ready to create our egg rolls. So our mixture, I let it cook and then I let it cool off. You don't want to put your filling in the egg rolls hot because the moisture will wilt the egg roll wrapper. And you can get your egg roll wrappers from local grocery stores. This is what they look like. I got mine from my local grocery store. So this is what the egg roll looks like. Wrappers, you can get these in like the vegetarian section of your store, in the produce aisle, the produce areas. Usually in the cooler, you'll see it next to like a wonton wrapper or next to the tofu section. So you can see this, all right? So now we are going to now make our egg rolls. Any questions, guys? So if you're pesky, okay, yes, go ahead.
Do you have designated days that you make plant-based, vegan, or vegetarian meals?
We make any meal. You can make pretty much a vegetarian or plant-based meal. This could be easily plant-based. You could add some jackfruit. If you've used jackfruit before, you can use some type of white fish or even like a shrimp in this would be good. So if you're plant-based, pescatarian, vegan, you can opt out not using the cheese, or you can use a vegan cheese. So this is a very wide range meal. Also, just a note, if you don't have egg roll wrappers or can't find them, you can use a flour tortilla or a corn tortilla. Just soften it up a little bit, and then you're gonna spray it with a little cooking spray so it browns and golden, it gets crispy. So you can make this anyway. We are great at finding alternatives for our family members, because not everyone is on the same diet, so we want to make sure everyone feels welcome to come in. So here's my egg roll wrapper. It's nice and thin. You can pretty much almost see through it, but once it cooks, you'll be definitely able to see through it. So I take it, I lay it down, I do it like on a diagonal, and then I'm gonna brush it with a little of my chicken stock I cooked with my chicken in. So it's again bringing it all the way around, keeping those flavors, but not a lot of salt. So I just go around the curve and I paint it with a pastry brush. This is gonna be my glue so that my egg roll wrapper stays together. And so I cook my chicken with these Mexican spices. So now I'm gonna use that also to season my egg roll wrapper to be my glue. So I take some cheese. This is a blend of shredded Mexican blend, cheddar and all those wonderful flavors. And then I take, again, this is the pre-made mixture after it cooled off, so you can see. So this has everything in it, the garlic, the chicken, the cilantro. And then I'm gonna take my hands. This is a good time to use your hands. Sometimes some things can't be made with your hands. You have to use your hands for some things. You can't use spoons all the time. So as you see, I am coming here. So Caleb, what are you making for dinner tonight since it's Cinco de Mayo?
I don't know yet, but I'll probably make something like a quesadilla with some twist. I did make a quesadilla yesterday, but I will make probably something Mexican. I know that.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we added, so I made the egg roll. I'm gonna fold it up. So you kind of do like an envelope. You bring up one point across, you kind of fold it like a burrito, tuck it in, and I bring the sides in. That's where my glue's gonna work from the stock that I have left over. And then tuck it up like an envelope. Bring it really tight so it stays all in. Ta-da! That is our egg roll. And if I see like a little gap, I'm gonna go right here and just push it in. Because this was open, I'm gonna take a little stock and push it in and keep it sealed. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And these are great freezing. I freeze mine sometimes, and these are great to have as an appetizer. You just want a little snack, and you just roll it back together and make sure it's all sealed. And now, we're almost ready to eat. We're gonna take our cilantro stems. We can use those in a stock. And what I'm gonna do is, since you know how magic of TV works, we are going to pop ours out of the air fryer. So I just cooked these in the air fryer. And you don't have to use any oil. I didn't add anything to them. These were made a little earlier. And I just froze them. And now we're gonna take them out and we're gonna make our dipping sauce. And I'm gonna show you how easy it is. So we have 4. And this, for a snack, I would say 1 per person, but if you're eating this as a meal, this will be 2 per person. So I'm gonna take this egg roll we just made and pop it in. And in about 5 to 6 minutes, it should be done. So we're gonna make our dipping sauce. And I have it on 400. All right, so now I'm gonna take our dipping sauce, which is made with avocado, add some cilantro, Greek yogurt, and a little herbs. I did some parsley, oregano, cumin, a little taco seasoning once again to make our dipping sauce. And we're gonna go in here and blend it all up. Yes. So we are almost ready to eat. So it's coming along. It's coming along. It's gonna be really thick. So there it goes. It's almost ready. All right, I think we're good. So we're gonna take this, our dipping sauce. We're gonna grab our spoon. Oh yes. And if you don't have a blender, you can just do this with a whisk at home. And that's our dipping sauce. So you're gonna smear this on your egg rolls. You just take some, smear it on your plate. And if you don't like your dipping sauce thick, you can add a little milk or a little water to it. And there we go. We have our egg rolls. And I'm going to cut one open for you so you can see it. This is what our egg rolls look like. I know y'all wish y'all could try one, don't y'all? Mom, do you have any questions on how to make this at home? Because I know you guys are pescatarian and dairy free, right? Vegan.
So we're actually now all plant-based.
Okay.
So I think we can go and we can do crumbles. We can do, have plant-based shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
We can do potatoes, onions, cilantro. We can make that happen today.
Yay! So, and also, these are great freezable. So this is what I did. I made some and I froze them. This is one of my dad's favorite items to eat. So you can just put these in like packs of 2 after they freeze up. And then you're just pop them in your air fryer or put them, if you want to put them on the top of the stove, you can put like a tiny bit of olive oil in the pan, just enough that you can see it shimmer. And then you can let them get golden brown, flip them on all sides, or you can bake them in the oven. Spray a little cooking spray on them, or just a little olive oil so the skin gets crispy. And you can pop them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, I thank y'all so much for tuning in today. We are excited about going digital with our Cooking with Choices program. And I am looking forward to seeing Jazz and Caleb make our our egg rolls, Southwestern egg rolls. And guess what, guys? I want you to go and watch this and make these egg rolls. And I thank Georgia Gives Day for all you have done for us and letting us be here live today. You know, this time is, a little scary for us, but we are excited about what we are doing and how we are going to, continue making a difference in our families' lives through choices in our community teaching kitchen going digital. So we are excited. You can follow us on Facebook at choicesforkids.org. Remember, I'm asking you for $15. We spend $15 on Uber Eats. We spend $15 when we go out to a local restaurant. $15 will feed a family of 4 and let them cook at home. So it's simple as buying a whole chicken, showing them how to cut up a whole chicken. Simple as buying a bag of rice or a box of pasta and showing them how to use that bag of rice to add to their dish, such as taking the chicken, cooking it one day, eat half of it, the other half goes into the soup where you already cooked your rice. Now you have those veggies that are left over throughout the week, your onion, your garlic, your bell pepper, all those type of things that you can make a soup with, and using that chicken to go into a soup. You can do a baked potato with, some grilled chicken, or even plant-based with spinach and mushrooms, and and just do a loaded baked potato with some cheese, and you can add bell peppers and onions. You can do tacos with sweet potatoes and zucchini and squash, and do a little ground turkey. You can do turkey burgers with bell peppers and onions and mushrooms and parsley, and stuff those turkey burgers with lots of vegetables, which will give you a lot of flavor, but on a healthier spin. Another thing you like to do, we like to do pizza, right? Do y'all remember the pizza class we did? Yes? Awesome. The pizza class is awesome. Where you go to your local pizzeria, ask them for a pizza crust. That might be $5, $5 or $10 per baked, nothing on it. You don't want anything on it. No toppings, no sauce, anything. You use the leftovers. So you use the leftovers that you can make from whatever you had in your fridge throughout the week. So if you have any proteins left, any vegetables left in your family, you can chop all those up and make a pizza. So I'm asking you for $15. That's a week worth of Starbucks. That's 4 family meals at McDonald's or Wendy's. That's a couple cases of whatever your favorite adult beverages. $15 is all I'm asking you for, so we can help feed our families and continue to work on the progress of changing these families' lives and these kids' lives. I can tell you now a story about a 17-year-old, Marcus. He is but definitely, please follow us on choicesforkids.org or hashtag choices, the number 4 kids, and donate today. I'm asking you so we can start feeding these families and having these virtual classes and sharing with the world all about getting the family back in the kitchen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.